In today's episode, we're going to try to use our chainsaw mill to take an old cedar log and turn it into a free choice mineral feeder for our cows and our sheep. Y'all come along.
Tip, get off the mineral feeder.
Let's see, let's tighten it up. I got it set at 3 inches. I used 2.5 inch screws, and they're just very lightly seated, just past the bark. Double check, just shy of 3 inches. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna slab all this wood, and after this cut, the cuts are gonna be 1.25 inches. Woo, that's rough, baby. Wow, how did it get so wavy? Now it smells like cow manure and cedar. Man, that's pretty. Okay, it looks like it's close to 1.25 inches. Well, it went down to 1 inch right here. Might go a little bit deeper. I've got no breeze over here, so I'm gonna have to move this log to the outside of the shed. It's misting today, and I was just planning ahead, trying to stay dry, but even if I move over, we'll flip you guys around here. And I tell you what, for what about 3 hours of work? 2.5, 3 hours of work? This is pretty nice. I figured it out too, why these were so choppy. It's because I didn't have any wedges at first. So the first one I didn't do with any wedges, and you can see how choppy that is. And then didn't have my wedges, and then right around here I got my wedges, and you can see it's a lot less choppy. That tree came from right over there. They had chopped it down, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. It was just over there slow rotting. I think that's going to be enough material to make a couple of the mineral feeders. The biggest factor we wanted to take care of in this project was to make them lightweight and portable. All the other models I'd seen have to weigh over 100 pounds. The ones that I build in this video will weigh less than 50. Hey, it's a board. I squared it up. It's 8 foot, 2.5 inches, 98.5. Only 4 3/4 right here.
Well, that would be fine for dividing minerals.
4 3/4, dividing how? Doesn't the top thing, how tall is it gonna be?
I was thinking the tall should be 8 inches.
8 inches at the peak?
Yeah.
Okay, and then it goes down to like this?
Here they come again.
Oh, it's that same plane. My wife Andrea drew up a basic sketch, and we finalized our design. After that, it was time to turn these 1.25 inch cedar slabs into usable lumber. I'm ripping these sides, using a framer square and a chalk line to mark the ends and get a straight line in order to cut the edges off. On most of these boards, I'm trying to get as much usable material as possible. Later on in the project, when making my finish cuts, I always cut the white part of the cedar off first because I know it's less rot resistant. So as I mentioned, my wife made a basic sketch. Then I had to come and figure out all the dimensions. It was 46 inches long. That allows for the end caps to be roughly 1 inch to make it 48 inches long in total. The width ended up being 17.25. It was 8 plus 8 plus 1.25. And I think what I'm going to end up doing is doing a pocket screw from this way. Pocket screw, pocket, pocket. Linking that together. And then there's going to be runners this way. 3-4 runners this way to hold it off the ground and for stability. The sides. So we go from 8 down to 5 inches. I don't know. I might actually make this 4 inches. Let's see. How did she draw it? I don't know that she was thinking about that. So in the essence of time, I'm going to go ahead and put this one together. And when I come back, I'll do the second one on video so that you guys can see exactly the steps I take. Be back in a minute. How many bees do you think are in the Bradford pear right now?
Probably at least more than 1,000.
Yeah, I bet it's over 1,000. How many bees do you think are in the Bradford pear right now, Gwyneth?
Well, we thought they were gonna make honey out of those wood chips.
You know, they're going to make honey out of the flower, the pollen from the flowers.
So they're gonna make it in this tree? Nobody knows.
They're making it out of this tree right now. This is like one of their first food sources of the year.
When someone's pouring out, we'll put a cup under and then we'll have bee
She wants to collect the honey. Maybe we can find the hive. So I'm just about to start cutting the pieces for the second mineral feeder. I'm working with limited material here, so I'm having a bit of trouble locking down exactly what I need. In the cut list, you'll have everything you need, so don't worry about this part. I'm just cutting the material to make sure I have enough. My table extension over here. Here I'm squaring up the end. The sides of the base are going to be 46 inches by 8. You want to make sure you have it precise. I don't know if y'all can see that, but that's my line right there. 46 and 1/32. In this cut, you can see I'm ripping off the white. I'm also getting the right dimension, 8 inches. This is definitely not the most prime piece. Now we have the vertical middle, 8 by 46. We have both base pieces, the bottoms, which are also 8 by 46. And now I'll need to cut 3.5 by 46 for the vertical sides. It's easy to get confused whenever you do pocket screws, so I always like to mark the area that is actually going to get the drill hole. If I don't do that, I end up drilling out the wrong side almost every time, so mark it. Screwy screw, little marky mark. Hey, get some clamps on it, get it nice and tight, forget about it. Also wanted to mention, I did not have enough outdoor rated pocket screws for this project. I ended up using the indoor. I wouldn't recommend it. Go ahead and get yourself some outdoor rated pocket screws. I also think I'm mostly using between 1.5 inch and 2.5 inch pocket screws for this. Go ahead and get yourself 1.5 inch, 2 inch, 2.5, just in case. Made a little peekaboo on this side, gotta grind those down. When you pre-drill, you want to use the one with the countersink. The ones that I pre-drill, I use 2.5 inch deck screws. You're not supposed to be in here, sheep. Go on and get. These rough sawn boards aren't perfect, so I'm moving my clamps around to get it nice and tight. Didn't line up perfect, so I wanted to sand down this side a little bit to make it nice and tight. After you get the frame of your box roughed in together, you want to sand down any of the rough edges. Alright, so much time has passed. I've worked on the four-wheeler, I got a stump grinder, I did a bunch of forest clearing and stump grinding, and now I'm back. It's Saturday afternoon, worked on the four-wheeler all morning, didn't get it running right. It does have a new carburetor now, so back to this project. Decided I had 1/2-inch plywood that I was trying to use for dividers, but you can't pocket hole screw 1/2-inch plywood. So I went to the store right before closing and got this 3/4 inch sheet of plywood. It's basically a ramp right now. It's very bowed. I'm gonna cut this and get it fitted, and then pocket hole screw, and we'll screw it in and go from there. Because this isn't dimensional lumber from the store, I go through and painstakingly mark each one, cut it, recut it again, and then it's nice and tight. Well, this was a painstaking process getting these cut. It's saved in the material size. I think typically people build these with 1.5 inches, and they make slots for this middle and these sides so that these plywood pieces can just slide in. That's one way to do it. And if you don't have a pocket hole jig, that might be the proper way to do it. If you're going into this project, you probably have a pocket hole jig, and I think this turned out great. The next thing I'm going to do is put a top on, and on the bottom I'm going to put, going horizontally across, going across the short way, I'm going to put like a PVC base on it. So we'll be able to drag it and it'll be up off of the ground slightly. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the next one. We'll get everything wrapped up and I'll break it down for you guys. My highest goal for these mineral feeders was to keep them light enough so they're easy to move. I ended up buying this 1/4 inch top, and I should have actually gone with the 3/8 inch because the sheep love to dance on this thing, and they poked a hole in it with their hooves. Surprisingly, I don't think the cows do that. They don't step on it. The best way I found to cut this rubber mat was with a razor blade, extra long. I believe this is a 4-inch PVC pipe that I'm using for the skids. You could go all the way to 6-inch and you would probably be doing well. And if you wanted extra height, you could actually skip the step of ripping these PVC, leave them whole, through drill them, and get a carriage bolt with a lock nut on it to make sure it doesn't come loose. I didn't have that at the time, so my strategy was just to rip them and screw them on. I had long enough fasteners for that. The higher off the ground they are, the less ground moisture they'll collect, and the longer they will last. I screwed these in with 1.5 inch fender washers, but I ended up taking them out and going back with just a strip of cedar. That was the right move. So I just wanted to show this real quick. I ended up just putting one pocket screw up kind of high here, and then through drilling right here with a pilot hole, and then a 2-inch screw. I didn't get any blowout on any of these, and they are really, really in there. I didn't think of it at the time, but I could have done another pocket screw down, and that probably would have been the right way. For some reason, I was just thinking going this way and then coming back, but I couldn't do another pocket screw this way because, of course, that's in the way. If you wanted to, you could do another pocket screw on the bottom for added stability, but like I say, this is really strong. Another thing I did was I have some old rope. Actually, some rope from a greenhouse kit I got long ago. And then an old garden hose. So this will be the drag. I think I'm going to go ahead and put a drag on that one. I put a handle on this one. I just randomly had this handle. And oh my goodness, we'll have to weigh it when it's done. It's too heavy to carry. It'd be all you could do to pick both of those up and walk 100 yards. But it's there in case somebody wants to do that. I think the ticket is going to be dragging it. And of course you guys saw the PVC bottom. So it's up out of the dirt, out of the pasture. Have a little bit of breathability. I think this cedar wood I cut somewhat wet. You know, the log had been down for a few years. I don't know how long. It's still got some moisture in the wood. Anyway, that's an update. I'm gonna go ahead and get these finished. Next time you see me, I'll probably be in the field. So we got our name tags on. Vitamin D, E, V4. No, vitamin A, D, E. Sodium, molybdenum, silicon, magnesium. We're gonna get it out to pasture. So that little project took me 3 days. So about 24 hours. That's milling the wood, that's doing all the cutting and figuring and not knowing exact dimensions and then figuring it out. Probably even going to town to get the rubber mat. I had to go get some rubber mat. Yeah, so I think I'd probably charge $500 a box if I was to make those. And it might even actually be more than that. It's 2 boxes. Let's go see if the cattle like them. Let's put them both down first.
You got some interested parties. Salty, do you like salts?
Well, this one has a handle. Let's see. Does the handle do anything? Okay. This ain't too bad. A little bit of 60, 70 pounds maybe. Look out now, Bart.
See if she can even lift it up.
Instant.
Oh, she's in. What's she going for? She says, anything I can get?
She's gonna get the salt?
Vitamins.
Oh my God. They're so hungry for it. Does it slide under our fence here?
Sure.
Oh, they pull so easy. Good for the quads and knees. Those are nice. I'm proud of myself. What are they hitting?
The vitamin D, the V4 vitamins. A, D, and E.
Wow. Well, let's order a lot more vitamins.
Okay.
Or what, you know, the mineral mix.
Should we do to like order straight from the thing and get the big sacks of
50-pound
everything?
bags. It looks like 50-pound bags for as many head as we have, sheep and cows, and they're...
Well, I started using a little Avalon goat feed because we just had 2 sheep when we started doing the cafeteria style mineral feeding. But now that we have 4 head of cattle, well,
4 calves,
2 calves,
2 calves,
13 ewes, and 21 lambs, I think it'd be worth it to go ahead and get the sacks and store all that mineral, and it'll probably be enough mineral for the whole year.
Yeah, buy a bulk amount. Got it. Let's, yeah, okay. That's not how it works.
It's a nipple. That's what lambs love.
It's parkour.
See somebody jump off. There's Fig. She's getting a little boron. They like to go for the ends, huh?
Do the cattle even know what's going on?
No, they're eating grass.
They'll figure it out.
Tip, get off the mineral feeder. Hi, baby. Salty came over to say thanks.
Neat. Well, let's go make breakfast.